Hello, everyone. I'm going to try a little something new with the mic holding it because there are times where I think if I move too much, it causes static and I tend to move and talk. But that's besides the point. Hello. I am Lily of Lily's Book Vlog. If you're seeing this, I'm going to be talking about how I'm doing with my 26 books of 2026. And yeah, we're going to go over them. I'm going to pop up these little graphics I had made at the beginning of the year when I did this. That was my little way of tracking it besides my notebook was that so I could physically be like, okay, I see this. It's crossed off. So they're in, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different little sections. And we're going to start with the first one that has the most I still need to read, which is this. So, this one has only one that I have finished, which is The Enchanted Greenhouse. I read that one, I think May, March, somewhere around there. And like I said, loved it. Love Sarah Beth Durst. Blech. Loved that one and her spell shop book. Have the Sea of Charms, which is the next one in that series. And then I believe the next one after that is like Cheese of Emporium or something. Getting off track, anyways. But no, so that one I have read. The other ones on there, I have not. On that list, though, I do own physically two. One, though, I have had for such a long time, but I have something that I'm hoping is going to push me that's going to be on social media, on Instagram mostly. So if you want to follow me on there, that will help with this challenge when I do it. And that's going to be the Fourth Wing book. I'm a chicken because, again, everyone loves these books so much, and I just get so paranoid because I'm like, everyone loves these. What if I don't? And then I gotta say I don't. And people might be like, oh my God, how could you? So I'm a little worried about that and stuff. So that one's a little struggling. Lights Out, I've heard, is kind of a funny dark romance. And although I will occasionally read dark romance, I have to be in the mood. And that's a thing that I am struggling with is getting in the mood to read dark romance. But it's supposed to be funny. So I'm hoping here maybe soon, since it's about to be fall, that maybe I'll read it then. The others, Lore, Scythe, Rebel, and Rose, those are all ones I don't physically own. I do currently have Lore from the library, and I can get the others. I would just have to place them on hold, which takes a little bit longer. So it's one of those things where for some of these, I gotta get them from the library or get them on like Libby or Kindle Unlimited maybe and read them that way. So those are the ones I have currently right now. I still really want to read some of these. It's just more of pushing myself to do it for this set. So that's where I'm struggling is that I gotta push myself to do this one. But the next one is just a small little 4 books. I have This Woven Kingdom, Legendborn, Shadow and Bone, and Six of Crows. Out of that list, I have read Six of Crows. And I didn't realize this until afterwards, but technically, even though they're both 2 different series with Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows, my thing that I struggled with Six of Crows was not understanding the magic and the politics because it just felt like you were thrown in there and expected to know. There was another booktube person, Freya, who said that technically if you struggled with that, reading Shadow and Bone will help you understand that. So now I'm like, that makes sense. I wish I would have known that. So I have read Six of Crows. I do need to still read Shadow and Bone. Hopefully, Shadow and Bone will help me understand Six of Crows a little bit better or something. I'm hoping. So there's that. This Woven Kingdom, I still own that book. It has been on my TBRs a couple of times the last few months of this year. and I just don't get to it for some reason. And in some way, too, I wonder if it's just because I have all these library books, so then I'm focusing more on my library books because I have to return them versus the ones I physically own. So I might have to start doing a kind of thing where I'm like, hey, for every library book I'm getting or having, I need to read a physical one that I own or something, maybe. Legend Board also had from the library, but had to return it. That one, though, I don't know why. I just didn't pick it up. I think in a one way, I'm scared again for that one because it is a very popular one, but also the books after that start to get so much thicker. And it is a YA fantasy, if I remember correctly. So it's just one of those things where it's like so intimidating in some sense, but also looks so interesting. So I'm still wanting to read these books. Again, I just need something to like kick me and tell me, hey, like, finish this. Like, I need something that's like, hey, finish this and you'll get like a little treat or reward. Something like that. I don't know. That's what I need now. I need like motivation besides just finishing it. I need something for I'll get something if I finish it. Something like that. Okay, next one is a little bit bigger one again. This one has it though, where it has Alchemized, Hair, Velvet Knife, Throne of Nightmares, Hurricane War, and Shield of Sparrows. So, out of this one, I have read Alchemized, which that one honestly terrified me with how big it was. But I finally finished my first 1,000-page book that I know of ever. So I have a little yay for that. I did finish Throne of Nightmares. That one I loved. That one was all the way back in the beginning of the year. Velvet Knife doesn't come out till the end of September, so I can't read that one yet. But again, I am so excited for that one. I have to find a way to get it somehow, some way to get that book because that is the sixth book in the what was it called? Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson. And I love that series. It was so fun, so great. So, loved it. As for the ones I own, I do own Hurricane Wars. I do know that when I tried to read it one time, I just was like not in the mood because it like just seemed super technical and super like fantasy, like high fantasy at the time. And I was just not in the mood for that. So I did try once and was like, can't right now. But I do now own the second book, so maybe that'll be a little motivating factor for that to read. As for Shield of Sparrows and Hair, I do have both of those from the library currently that I need to read. I haven't heard much about Hair from Sarah Tofree. I don't know how to say her name. She's the one who wrote the Shatter Me series, which I haven't read. I partially read Shatter Me, and then I had to stop because there was one character that annoyed me so bad, and I was just like, I can't right now. I didn't like it at the time, so I did stop. But this is supposed to be a different series or book, I believe, from her, so I'm hoping to read it. I just haven't had the motivation because I haven't seen anyone talk about it either, which is crazy. Shield of Sparrows, there are 50-50. There's people who love the book and people who hate the book. And so in one way, I'm kind of liking that because then that means that, like, I'm either going to be in the people who love it or the people who don't. And at least I won't have to worry about people coming after me if I don't. So there is that one. This next one has the most I have read, but there are two that I am debating on if I should switch out. And if you see this, you'll kind of understand maybe. So this one has Alchemy of Secrets, Just Friends, 7-Year Slip, Mate, Powerless, and The Night We Met. So I read Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. Love that. That one was so great. I can't wait to read whatever book 2 is going to be about and see more of it. Just Friends was a little disappointing on my end. I I think there was so much more that needed to be kind of added or changed or done. But I mean, it was cute for what it is, and for her debut novel, it was, it was at least decent, and other people loved it. So again, I get that. And that one I've heard too. Again, people love it and people don't, and I'm one who's kind of like, I wish there was more. So, 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I have read a lot of her books lately. There's only, I think, two more that I know of, I think. So I am excited about that. 7 Year Slip, though, I know a lot of people loved, and I think I can see why. I just was confused. Like, the magical realism of that one kind of was more confusing for me. So, Mate by Ali Hazelwood, absolutely love that one. That was the sequel to Bride. I know a lot of people didn't like Ali Hazelwood's supernatural or paranormal romance, but this one I really liked. It was annoying though with the I can't have you, but I want you, but no, and stuff. That part, that was annoying. That's all I gotta say. And now the two that I'm thinking of switching. So, Powerless, I have heard more and more about how it is a plagiarized copy of Red Queen. I think the author's name is Melissa or Marissa Meyer. I'm not sure exactly, but I've heard more and more about how basically Powerless is a plagiarized copy of her work, and that there's like documented evidence or something. Now I know that a lot of people don't like it, so that's one thing too. And I've tried reading Powerless a couple times and I couldn't get into it. So it's one of those ones where I own it and I was excited about reading it, but now I'm thinking I might have to change it. Not just because it's plagiarized and that's just wrong, but because I had tried reading it and I just didn't like it either. So either maybe I should switch it out and try Red Queen, or maybe I should just do something different. I don't know. Let me know what you guys have heard. Have you read Powerless? Have you read Red Queen? What are your thoughts? Should I switch Powerless out and do Red Queen instead, or should I just do something completely different instead? I don't know. The other one is The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. This was her newest release for the summer. And I was excited to read it because other people were so excited about it, right? Like, they love Abby Jimenez's book. But then everyone who's read it has not liked it. And now I'm like, not sure I'm going to, because especially too, the way that it talks about it being basically that it was like best friend's girlfriend and stuff, and how it's like they have a connection, but then she's dating his best friend and stuff. And it's just, it seems messy and not fun. And I just don't think I'm going to like it. So I think for that one, I do need to change it to something else. I just don't know what exactly. I think I have an idea of which one I want to change it to. So I think I'll put that later. Like, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe doing like either a different book of hers, because I know she had another book out that was not just for the summer. Not The Night We Met. There's another one. Either A, I'll do this one. I don't remember. I don't remember hearing bad things. I know a lot of people didn't like it as much as some of her others, but it wasn't like this one that she has that's like rough. Or maybe instead I'll switch it up and do Emily Henry's Great Big Beautiful Life. Mind you, I've only read two Emily Henry's, and I know people say that The Great Big Beautiful Life is not the same as some of her other stuff. And for me, I think that I might like, because even though her other books were good and interesting, I didn't understand like the full on hype. So maybe The Great Big Beautiful Life is one that I need to read instead. So I think that's what we'll do. But out of that set, I have read a majority of that one. So that card's almost gone. The next one is a small one, and it's 50-50, which is great. So we have Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. We have First Time Caller. We have King of Gluttony and Tourist Season. Now, I've read First Time Caller, liked it. It was cute, interesting. Read Tourist Season, really liked that one. Really was curious about it. Oh, okay, I don't care. Hold on. Oh, okay. People be trying to call me while I'm doing stuff. No. Anyways, tourist season, I like that one. I was trying to read it before harvest season came out. Currently have harvest season. Haven't read it yet. Um, but it is one that was on a TBR that hopefully I can get to soon. I just haven't been feeling it. I've been in a bit of a book slump this last few weeks, and that might be because there's just so much going on. I don't know. But the other ones, Dark Matter and King of Gluttony. Dark Matter, I still really want to read. I know he deals with kind of like sci-fi stuff, and Dark Matter I've heard is like really good and stuff, like even better than Recursion and all that. So I really want to read that. I do have to get it from the library though. Maybe I'll look on Kindle Unlimited or something. So there is that. And then the last one, King of Gluttony, I do have. It is her most recent. Um, I'm trying to go back to because I still haven't read King of Wrath. Out of her whole series, I haven't read King of Wrath. Everything else after that, I am up to date besides King of Gluttony. So I do need to get into that. These are the ones though too that they're like baby dark romance according to some people. They're like baby dark romance, but I don't know if King of Gluttony has that because from what I understand, from what I've seen of other people talk about it, I don't see that, but I don't know. So those are the ones that I have. I've only read 10 out of 26 of my 26 books of 2026, which means I am under 50%. Last time I updated about this, being under 50% was fine because we weren't halfway through the year. We are officially more than halfway through the year, which means I got to get my butt moving and read some more of these books. So, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. And as for a comment, let me know which of these I should read next and or what I should switch power lists with. Thank you guys, and I will see you again next week. Bye.